Some of the drills I'm going to show you, we're going to have agile bags. Our expectation of our linebackers to be able to change directions. You know, we're not running long distances as linebackers. It's all about changing directions quickly, side to side, back and forth. We need to be able to shed blocks. Our eye opener is a tackling drill, and block destruction is our button press and our scrape drill, and then angle tackle drill. And again, these are the drills that we're going to do every single day. And at the beginning of the year, we're going to film them to make sure that we're explaining to them exactly how we want the technique, because all of that's going to spill over into our group work and our team work. So these are vital drills for us at inside linebacker. These are the drills that they're going to do every day. When we start our Indy drill, our kids know we're looking to get through these drills in the 7 to 10 minute window of time. So we're going to be efficient as we're working through there. Okay, pass drills, we'll work on our angle drops, getting them to drop in a 45, stick their foot in the ground, catching the ball, pass ball score. And then we'll work on our rerouting, our bust technique, which is, okay, here's going to be our drills that we film, that we're going to do every day. The first one you're going to see is our linebackers are going to go over these bags. Our expectation for them as they go over the bags is that their eyes are up, that they're running with their arms, and that they're pumping their arms and they're running correctly. The reason for this drill is to get us to move laterally, quickly, because that's what's going to happen. Teaching our kids to get their knees up, to get that knee drive, and to work laterally. Okay, and at the end of that drill, you could do a 5 or 6 bag drill. At the end of that drill, they're going to burst for 5 yards, okay? Because everything our linebackers do is all about bursting. Bursting forward, bursting lateral, bursting up on the tackle, bursting to take on a play. So everything is burst. So at the end of this, these guys, they'll go lateral, and then when they stick their foot in the ground, they're going to burst for 5 yards. We would do the same drill coming back. So we'll go down and back, so we're working both sides. So you see them burst through for 5 yards. The next drill that our guys are going to do, and again, this is a, you know, we're going to do both sides. I'm just doing one side right now for explanation. But this drill is going to be a burst forward drill and then get back. Burst forward drill and then get back. And as I'm coaching it, I'm yelling, burst! And I want them to pump their arms when they get to the back of the bag and really drive with their arms to get forward, so they're getting quicker with every drill. And again, if we're doing these drills every day, it's going to work on their quickness, it's going to work on their running form and their burst. This is not a W drill that you would see with defensive backs, although it looks like it. It's all about bursting forward. I don't really care how they go back, because we don't go backwards as linebackers. That's why we call ourselves the Sharks, because Sharks don't swim backwards. We're constantly moving forward, looking for blood in the water. So in this case here, you see our guys, the coaching point is to exaggerate pumping your arms and driving forward. So it'd be burst, burst. We want them to get back and burst. And then on the last bag, you're going to burst forward for 5 yards, burst. So it's getting them to pump their arms, change the directions, and burst. This drill, we're going to shuffle, foot to foot. We're going to burst. We're going to cut this corner. And then we're going to linebacker run or crossover run this direction. Obviously, we're going to go both sides, but as they finish, they're going to run through it. So it's shuffle, 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 burst, and then crossover. And again, the idea is that as linebackers, we're constantly bursting side to side and forward as players. So it's getting them to do this. It's a drill that is preparing them or promoting their speed development and promoting their reaction time moving side to side. And we're constantly working on that. Okay, this is going to be our eye opener drill. It's a tackling drill. You know, we're only 3 yards off the bag, so it's not a major, we don't want them to be very far back. But it's going to be a 2-whistle drill. So on the first whistle, we're going to go. All right. And on our tackling, we're looking to bring our hands and our hips. Okay. We want to bring our hands and our hips up and through. We want to bring our hands and our hips up and through and drive, 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 drive. And then on the second whistle, we're going to sit down, okay? Notice how far I'm exaggerating the drive on the tackle. So again, we're going to step, bring our hands, and be violent with our hands ripping up and through the sky, okay? We want to have our face right underneath their chin, and we're going to drive, drive, drive. The second whistle, we're going to sit in God's chair. We're going to sit down. And again, we're always doing these drills where we're going to reset our hips and sit down, because you're constantly having to do that as a linebacker of changing your hips. So again, hands coming through, drive, 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 second whistle, sit down. So this is our eye opener drill. Want to be violent, drive, 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 sit down. Same drill. I just want to see it I want you to be able to see it from the backside now. And what I'm looking for as a coach is I want them to be violent with their hands, and I want to see them drive and come through on the tackle, chest to chest on the tackle, rising up through that chin, okay? I want them coming up through that chin. Drive, 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 sit, okay? We're going to pop our feet on the first whistle. Great linebacker stance. So if we're taking a look at the linebacker stance, we've got the elbows in, okay? We've got our chest is over our knees and over our toes. The neck is bowed back, okay? And elbows are in tight. Pop our feet. Drive, make the tackle. Again, just doing all the little things. Notice our elbows are going to be in tight. Elbows are going to be in tight. Bring the hands and hips and drive. The next drill we're going to talk about here is going to be our dip and rip. Okay, button press, dip and rip. So we're coming up and we want to put our hands in the armpits. We want to strike the chest, thumbs up. And again, I tell the kids, you don't want to bring your hands from way back here. We want to be able to punch from here to here and strike quickly. And again, with our hands and then with our face, just to kind of stick and move. So we're trying to stun the lineman or whoever's coming out to block us, and then change our level on the dip and rip. So strike and then dip and rip. Okay? Strike and then dip and rip. Now we'll just switch sides. So we're trying to get as many reps as we can. So each guy will get 3 reps. We'll be able to get a lot of time in. They're just going to switch sides. Now we're going to go with the other one. I blow the whistle. We're going to go dip and rip. Going to work the other side now, right? Going to work the other side. So punch, dip and rip. Rip that arm through. Got to be violent. Punch, dip, and rip. Again, moving quickly through your drills. This is our scrape drill. This is when we're out leveraged by a tight end or by a wing or by a slot receiver that could come down and try to pin us. All right? So our linebacker is going to punch through that. He's going to punch through. We're going to stagger our alignment in this drill. And the coaching point is to him to come down and block and pin that shoulder. But I want my linebacker to punch right through that armpit. Okay? Punch right through that armpit and then sit down. Okay? We're going to sit down after every drill so that we're going to reset our hips. But the aiming point is that armpit. We're going to punch our arm through there. The programming of the resetting the hips, like I said, now we're switching sides. The programming of resetting the hips just teaches our guys to be prepared to take on another block or to change their level on a tackle. Here you're going to see us from our outside arm. We're going to take our outside arm. We're going to punch it through that guy in that position, because if we got a wing or a tight end that's coming down, slot guy that's coming down, and there's space, I don't need to scrape all the way outside of him. I could take that inside arm, okay? I could take that inside arm and I can rip that through there and be in a position to make the play. Again, they're just going to switch sides, go back, do the same thing, dip and rip. This drill is a drill that we will do one by ourselves, but also with the defensive lineman. Here it shows the defensive line. But it's a drill where I'll stand back here and I'll give the we'll have linebackers in our drill when we're doing our individual drill. And basically what I do is I will give them a call of what I want them to do. If I want them to be down, okay? If I want them to be down blocking, my expectation is my linebacker is going to yell down, 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 and he's going to scrape. Okay? I'm going to give them an open window. So I'll tell those guys to run open window, which is going to force him here. And my linebacker is going to yell open, 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 and then sit down. Okay? And again, just getting him to trigger. I'll do a reach block. Okay? I'll do a reach block. So that would show them. And I want my linebacker to yell reach, 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 and use this scrape technique to get around. We'll do a pass set. Okay? We'll do a pass set. Where I'll do this, and then just the guys that are playing guard and tackle will show high hat, and in that case, I want them to yell pass, 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 sprint out, and find where the number, there's not a receiver out there, but where they would engage the number 2 receiver. So open their hips and sprint. Okay, and all you need is 2 guys here. We just use a bag for the center. You don't need to have a tight end in this particular drill. We're going to go 3 reps with each kid. And then we're going to move on from there. So we're going to show, again, we're going to show down. We're going to show open. We're going to show reach. We're going to show pass. And we're going to show pass and then screen. Okay, we get it down. So you can already see my linebacker going into his scrape rip. He's going to scrape. And I don't want him to tackle in this drill. This is just a recognition drill. So for our defensive end, he's getting his block recognition. For us, we're getting an open and closed read. Okay? This is a closed window for us. We're going to scrape. The next one, they're going to get the call. We get an open window. See, the linebacker is going to sprint right away. He's got a quick pop. If you watch his feet, he'll pop his feet really quick. Okay, and then he's going to run right through the A-gap. Again, don't want him to tackle. I just want him to get into a position of how he's going to tackle, how he drops his hips in this particular case. High hat, pass, pass, pass. And we want him to sprint out there. I tell them their first 3 steps is a dead sprint, looking for that receiver, and then they need to sneak peek back just to check for screen. And then you've got flow away, okay? Then you have flow away. So when we have flow away as a stack linebacker, we want to get across a scoop. So we'll yell scoop, scoop, scoop when we've got flow away. So we want them to get the -A and work to the cutback. Here's the same drill. And we just add a tight end for our guys working on that if we're going to play a team that's going to have a tight end that week. But basically, we're doing the same drill. We're going to dip and rip, use our scrape technique that we just did individually. Now we're putting it in this mini group and working and sitting down for the scrape technique. Same idea here. You're just seeing it from the backside. You've got a down block. We've added a tight end. Now our linebacker, again, he's in his linebacker stance. He's got the Z's in the knees, right? He's got the Z's in the knees. His elbows are in tight, okay? And he's reading through his guard to the near back. When we have a tight end or wing, in that particular case, we want them to take their eyes to the most dangerous man who could come down and block them. So they're going to dip and rip through it. Okay, now our middle linebacker drill for them to react to is going to be, and you really don't need a live man here. You can put a bag, but you got to have the 2 guards, which can be the other linebackers when you're doing your drill. This is a daily drill that has to be done. And all we're going to do is we'll eventually put a ball carrier here, but I'm just getting him to respond to which guard is attacking him, okay? So what I'll do is I'll stand behind and I'll tell this guy to come down, and I'll tell him to trap, or I'll tell one guard to just stay here and the other to come out and attack. And I want my middle linebacker to come and attack. I want him to come and attack that guard so that he's reacting in that drill. Would like them to strike with their forearm right here. I would like them to strike. I'd like him to be lower, but I want him to strike underneath that pad and fight that guard. So again, these are the middle linebackers just responding to guards that are firing out on them, left, right, whatever the case may be. So they're getting used to. That's what we're constantly attacking downhill. And again, in a situation, we go back to that drill. You can have this guard pull, and I have my middle linebacker run through there. Okay, or you can have this guard pull, and he's going to attack, because we're always attacking guards at the middle linebacker position. Okay, that guard pulls out, we're going to replace him.